to see you guys just, you weren't sure about the mental toughness of this team. You wanted to, because they were young, surviving a half-court shot and then winning it again after having it won once. What does that say about the mental toughness?
Yeah, I think that's what. I think playing St. Louis, playing Louisville, losing those games were tough. But this group has. What I like about this group more than anything is that they stay. They continue to work, and I think that's kind of how I set the schedule up. Is that I needed to kind of get these guys battle tested. So I love this game. Not for the fact that the fact that it was Kentucky was huge, but to get them in the Garden, get them Garden experience, get them ready for the Big East tournament. There's just something special about this place, and it's the first time you play in it for the freshmen or even sophomores. You could be nerve-wracking. So it's a big win. I'm really proud of the way they fought and the way they played.
Kevin, what did you say about the last sequence offensively? Torian Thompson with the dish, and then Cale, who was 3 for 17 with a pump fake to shed a defender and drilling the shot.
I didn't want to call timeout, Jer. Each time I've called timeout, you're giving a Hall of Fame coach a chance to set up his defense, and they're really good defensively and long. And with the guys that we had left, it was going to be tough to run something, or screening action, misdirection action, and every guy on the floor really made a big play at the end of the game. They made some really good passes. Q had a shot, ball fake, drove middle, snapped it, and then. I have confidence in Myles Cale. The reason why he's out there for 44 minutes is he's going to be a special player one day. And it was a great ball fake, and he knocked it down.
How well was that shot contested, do you think?
Well, it wasn't contested because the guy flew by him. So
second guy.
Yeah, the second guy came a little late, but it was an open look. It was one of those things that you got to take, and it was a big time shot.
Kevin, judging by the T-shirt you're wearing, was there a
I started.
That was just ruined?
Nope, I started. It was me. They got me at Miami. I got them. I got them here. So I started. I can't blame them for me throwing water. I threw the water first.
Kevin, Big East tournament.
Hey, Zach.
What's up? It's your buddy.
My favorite guy.
Big East tournament title, NCAA tournament win. Is this the third biggest win in your career?
No. I think it's an important win for this year. Every win's big. It really is. I hate. I know you guys don't think I'm nuts, but the New Hampshire game for us was big because it gave us some confidence. And don't roll your eyes don't start your stuff. Don't be negative. Just win.
What does this win mean for? Like you talked about how we talked the other day, but getting games like this is big for your program.
Yeah,
win a game.
Playing this game is great because again, it's. It shows how far we've come as a program. I had a hard time getting games early on. I think they played this game because I lost 4 seniors too. That could have been it too.
What does it mean to win this
I kind of do that every once in a while. It's great. It feels great. It's important for this season. It's important for this group. It shows them, they, no matter what, they've continued to work hard. It's what I love. I love this group. It's one of my favorite groups I've ever been around because they're good kids. They play hard, but they've continued to work. Even though we've had some hiccups early, they've continued to show up to the gym with a great attitude. And that's all I ask. And I knew eventually that they're going to get it and they're going to get better. And they're starting to get there. We're not there yet. We're still a long way away.
Kevin, what did you think of P.J. Washington's performance?
I tell you what, that kid he's going to make a lot of money. He's going to make a lot of money. That is one of the, watching him on film, I was really impressed, but then when you see him in person, you see his size and athleticism in person. I think these guys will agree. He's the real deal. He really is. And I love the way he plays. He plays hard. He doesn't just float to the outside. He gets inside and posts up. He's the real deal.
Kevin,
For
how much did you feel you had to kind of just really look for your offense? Well, it's 2 miles there. So.
Which one are you talking to?
You cheese. I said cheese. That's not Kevin, is it? It is. What, did you feel like you had to just look for your offense more in the second half because you only took, I think, 4 shots in the first half? Did you feel like, hey, I have to take more of this on myself?
I just had to find it in the offense. Coach told me stay patient. Things are going to open up. Just keep working hard on the defensive end and try to get out in transition, and then things started to open up.
What was it like to? I'm sorry.
Starting now, I'm going to start calling people just so you
Okay, I apologize.
Go ahead.
Just want to say, what did it take, when I asked Kevin before, well, to win it again, basically, you had it won once, and you had to win it again. How much, effort did that take to do?
A lot of effort, but we were ready. Like Coach said, we had a lot of hiccups. We were ready. We fought. We never gave up. We stayed together as a team, and we got the job done.
Kevin, you made a lot of changes, rotation in the front court in the first half and the second half you were forced to. What did you learn from your team battling it out down the stretch, needing some guys to step up for them?
Yeah, I mean, Jared Roden played some huge minutes and did some really good things for us. We got in, this is the first time we've really been in bad foul trouble with Mike and Sandra both being out. And they're my security blankets on defense because they know what to do and they help everybody out. And not having both out there, I thought Torian played some great minutes. Jared was out there with him. When you have technically a freshman and a sophomore trying to battle those guys, I thought it showed me a lot.
Right here.
Myles Cale, can you take us through the final sequence in the game-winning shot?
Well, my coach tells me always to be ready, and my teammates always to be ready, because you never know when the ball's gonna come your way, and they just be swinging around the arc, and it got to me. I took my time, pump fake, shot the ball, and it went in. We practice that all the time.
For either Myles, what was said among you guys, as you're waiting to get ready for overtime? And they showed Coach's face on the big screen. It looked like he'd seen a ghost after that shot went in. I mean, what did he say anything? What was said that allowed you guys to refocus after such a
First, he told us we had to wake up because they had the energy. So he said, we're good. We got 5 more minutes. And when we break our huddle, one thing we say is stay together. And we was just looking at each other. We just said we got to stay together. We got to keep fighting. That's what we did. We kept our heads up and we pulled the win.
Kevin, you said there was something special about this place now. 9-3 here at the Garden since 15-16. What is it about this building and the atmosphere that brings out the best in these teams year after year?
It's amazing. There was a little kid when I was doing the radio, a little kid running around the court, and his mom and dad were taking pictures. And I told him, I said, I think he was like 6 or 7, and I said, he will remember that for the rest of his life, because I still remember I was running around this building when I was in 3rd grade. I still remember running around this building when I was in 3rd and 4th grade, and I can remember every second of it. It is a magical place. It's one of those places that I think the kids understand the history. It's not a brand new building. It's not something that's was just built and has all the bells and whistles. It has such history and nostalgia and so many great players, concerts. I say it all the time. When you walk in this building, there's a different energy. And I think, and I said it, but both teams played unbelievably hard. These kids left it all out there. It was just, either team could have won. It's just a magical place. I think it always happens here.
Kevin, I think you told me that's your first time coaching against Cal. What's it feel like to get a win, and did he say anything to you after the game?
No, most handshakes after games are pretty short. Before the game, we got to talk though. I have such respect for Coach Calipari. I find it amazing every year he has to reinstall a system. He has to reteach everything he does, and the buy-in that he gets from his freshmen and his young kids, I think, is absolutely amazing. What he does, and I just got the utmost respect for Coach Cal.
Coach.
Myles Powell, I saw like a lot of the times after you made your big shots, you get into a back and forth with the Kentucky bench, talking the ears of the players, try to get the fans routed up. What is it about playing at Madison Square Garden that gets you fired up?
Like Coach was just saying, as soon as you walk in the building, I feel the energy. A couple of the kids on their team started talking a little trash. Just the competitiveness to win. So that just got me going.
You mean you're going to talk trash?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
For all three of you, could you just tell me your reaction when they hit the half-court shot?
Well, my reaction, he shot it like I was in front of him, so I was like, no way that's going in. I'm looking behind it, and it went in. I'm just looking at Coach, like, did I do something wrong? That was my reaction.
I was so mad, Zach. It was my fault. I've never put a guy on the ball. We practice with a free safety. There makes no sense of having a guy on the ball, and I've never had a 7-footer, and so I thought I'll be smart. And I didn't even have Rowe going in. I had Shavar going in to play defense and be the free safety. And then it took so long for them to review it that I just had too much time to think. And I said, let me outthink myself. And I put Rowe in, and it was stupid. the one thing you try to cover is the middle of the floor in that situation, because if a guy's shooting from a sideways angle, the odds of him banking it in are almost zero. But if a guy shoots it straight on, the odds of him banking it in go up a lot. And it was just, I know it was a swish, it was a good shot.
Did you have an issue with them adding
Got one
44?
right here, please.
What's that?
Did you have an issue with them adding 44?
No, I thought the refs did a phenomenal job.
Kevin, you mentioned Thompson briefly. Can you elaborate on what he showed you today?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think T's spurts were really good for him. You know, he's a guy that he goes in for 4 or 5 minutes. He can really affect the game, and then, you know, I thought that was his best job by far defensively. You know, I thought he was locked in defensively. He had a couple breakdowns a little bit, but you know, he's so talented offensively. You know, we're trying to get him to be a little bit more aggressive, just going to the rim, because I think he's 6'9", and he's got a big Euro step. He's crafty around the rim, and you know, when he's locked in and being aggressive, he's as good as anybody.
Right in the back, please, Coach.
Kevin, those of us from Kentucky regarding the inbounds is a sensitive subject.
Yes, I know.
Why is it so obvious for you to not guard it when it obviously blew up that time?
Where Christian Laettner make the shot from?
Foul line.
Foul line, right in the middle of the foul line. So if you have a free safety and you could force him to the sideline, the shot becomes so much harder. And you know, I'd rather have 2 guys try to play the guy in the middle than 1. You know, it's just, I've never had South Carolina last 2 years ago almost hit a full court shot on us, but it was from the side and we had a free safety. It's just, I'd rather have 2 guys be able to guard the middle and force them to the sidelines where the shot just becomes so much harder.
What was your thinking then on putting a guy on B.J. Washington inbound?
It wasn't smart, I tell you that much. My thinking was I had too much time, and I was sitting there looking at Rowe, and I'm like, you know, there's only one. At the time, there was only 1.1 seconds on the clock, and I'm thinking, all right, they can't take a dribble at 1.1. Really, you're gonna turn and catch. Let's try to make it as hard as possible. It was just, it's not a smart move. It was something stupidity. They bailed me out.
All the way in the back, please.
Kevin, having played Louisville and Kentucky both recently, can we compare those 2 teams?
I think Kentucky's much more physical, have a much physicler presence inside. I think Louisville shoots the basketball much better. I don't think it's close.
Coach, what does this victory mean for the university, as well as the program?
I think it's big for, again, I think it's big for these guys more than anything, because it just shows the fact that if you continue to work hard, good things happen.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.